This is a message from your guides reading for Human Angel. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and surround us in some positive space with my turquoise. More and more, they seem to be revealing some specific thought forms with you. Because I'm picking up on another one. I know last week I was picking up on one that was pretty specific as well. I don't know if it was only those 2 weeks. I don't really remember past that point right now. Okay, but turquoise is a throat chakra stone. I feel like it can have to do with third eye a little bit too and help with focusing. But it is mainly for your throat chakra and communication, communicating and expressing yourself authentically. Then I have, yeah, but I feel like grounding as well and focusing is coming in right now. Okay, and then I have my sunstone here. So this is mostly a solar plexus stone. It can also have to do with the sacral chakra as well. So a lot of ambition, willpower, and even with that chakra, self-expression, because it really has to do with self-empowerment and who you are, like your self-identity, understanding yourself, and kind of getting to know yourself is the feeling coming in right now. Okay, and then I have here, so those are the two that I pulled for you specifically, and then I have two that I pulled for all of the Patreon readings today. So this is my peacock ore, and with all the different color variations, this really represents all of the different chakras. And so it has to do with clearing them, clearing all of the different ones, getting them in tune, aligned properly, and then just in general, just chakra work. And then the crystal, the clear quartz, has to do with clearing. It's kind of an all-purpose, but specifically it has to do with clearing your space, as well as filling yourself with higher energies, calling on higher energies. And it feels like making space for higher energies to come through. So when I have these together, it especially has to do with clearing out your chakras specifically. Okay, so I did have a guide coming up right away at the beginning. And I was a little confused there because at first I thought maybe I was picking up on a dragon guide. And I'm not sure if I'm picking up on multiple guides or what's going on. I keep feeling this one. It does kind of feel somehow dragon-like, but it's feeling really humanoid as well, really calm. So I'm a little confused here why I'm feeling different things. And then I have this other female energy here, which I think I've picked up on before. it feels like they're very purposeful right now. Her energy feels a little bit, I don't know what the word is. I want to say heavier, but that almost feels negative. I don't mean like it actually feels heavier, more serious. That's the word that I'm looking for. She feels a little more serious than I was feeling from her at other times, unless I'm picking up on someone else entirely. But no, I don't think so. This is the same guide. Her emotion feels a little bit different during this reading. It feels like they're clearing out really specific things, like they're coming around you. I feel like part of this has to do with energies from the previous reading, because they're all of a sudden they're reminding me of the energies from the last reading about the archangels. I feel like it's still your guides that are directing everything. It's not like the archangels went in there and they just started doing all their own thing and went crazy and whatever. It feels like there's a structure to this that your guides are leading, and it feels like this other energy that's being called on simply helps them to almost harness their ability to heal you more and heal you better and faster. So it feels like they're uprooting some things, but they feel very specific. This has something to do with your, I don't know if it's your third eye or your crown chakra. Okay, it feels like both. This thought form that I was picking up on as I was surrounding you in the protective space. So they want to get to this dream though. So there was this dream that you were talking about in one of your emails. It was interesting because I picked up on some old lady. I remember seeing an image of an old lady on your face during one of the recent readings. And then you sent this email where you were talking about a dream where you saw this old woman and you were holding her even though she was terrifying. It was something like that. So I remember in the reading though, this old woman had to do with a past lifetime that you had. And this definitely, again, has something to do with being psychic, as so many of your past lives have to do with being attacked in some way. So I feel like this is something clearing. They're saying, so this is almost like healing specifically being brought in some way to that specific lifetime, almost like to that specific person or version of you, it feels like. So this just feels like you're almost seeing a glimpse of a version of yourself from this past lifetime, and that is what was coming to you in the dream. It doesn't feel just like a regular thought form or something. This just feels like you're kind of seeing into who you were, and there's a feeling like she was feeling very terrified, and she was feeling very saddened by something. I feel like something happening to her. I also feel like possibly people around her as well. I also don't really feel like they're going to get into that much. I don't really think it needs to be gotten into right now. Maybe not ever. Maybe it will at some point. I don't know. Now, this next part of the dream, though, then you're seeing this person, this woman, you're seeing her at some kind of conference, and then she reluctantly tries to help you by showing you a book that she had written. And then you were asking, should you go to psychics or something like that? But every time that I've read that, which has only been a couple of times, probably maybe 2 or 3, every time that I've read that though, I get this feeling that somehow this person at this conference is representing you. It almost represents like a future possible you. I don't feel like it would necessarily be in that exact way or that exact content. that exact context, but it feels like a representation of a you in the future that might possibly be doing something psychic. And there's almost the feeling like you pull through this stuff, and so you have that knowledge there, because in the dream you're going to someone who's able to help you with this stuff that you have because of the knowledge that they have, and they've written a book about it. That's just the feeling that I always get, and your guides are still sending me that feeling now during the reading, that has something to do with you. So I kind of feel like you are your own cure. Maybe for some really specific things, if you feel to go to someone, then go to someone. Obviously, even these readings, you're feeling to get these readings. That's a little different from a psychic, though, since I don't really work in that way. I work directly with your guide, so it's mediumship. And I'm also, even if sometimes I'm directed to do some clearing, still kind of the nitty-gritty work that needs to be done is still going to have to be done on your part. It feels a little bit different than going to someone who's going to, repair you magically in some way. It's like they're going to magically fix you or something. I'm not saying that you would want that, but I'm just saying the feeling is different. And not that you need to be fixed either. That's obviously not what I'm saying with that. But you get what I'm meaning. Going to someone with just a very different kind of intent with their stuff. I don't know. There's kind of a feeling from your guides, like you almost even have to be careful with that, because there can be misinformation. Or it just feels like with your specific stuff, it feels like you're going to mostly really be the cure of all of it. And your specific abilities that you have really kind of give you the upper hand with that type of thing. It kind of, I don't know what the word is I'm looking for, but you're kind of gifted in those areas to begin with. I don't really feel like you need outside help as far as removing the thought forms, unless, again, you're really feeling something specific for a specific thing or a specific day or time, but not just in general. Like, to help you with the clearing, you need to go to some physical person who's going to help you clear of this stuff. Okay, so that is all that they have to say for this week's reading. So thank you very much once again, and I will see you next week. Namaste.